I'd like to invite you to do some imagining with me. You know, our faith isn't just about propositional statements, not just about major premise, minor premise, then conclusion. Our faith is actually more about images. So let's practice engaging images. I'm going to list a series of images for you, images from the Bible. And after I tell you this list of images, tell me what story from the Bible comes to mind. Imagine these images. First image, many trees, many plants, and then in this place of many trees and many plants, many animals. But in the midst of these trees and animals, there is a tempter. Somebody who tries to trick you into doing something you are not supposed to do. What story from the Bible came to mind? Adam and Eve? The garden? Creation? But wait, those images were actually the same images in our gospel today. Yes, let me read it. So Jesus was in the desert. The Greek word for desert is eremos, and another word for eremos is wilderness. So Jesus is in the wilderness with plants. And then, as we heard in our gospel, he was surrounded by wild animals. So there are plants, there are animals, and then we heard in our gospel, there he was tempted by Satan. Why is it that at the start of Jesus' ministry, we are reminded of images from the first story in the Bible, the story of Adam and Eve? Why? Can it be that in Jesus, God is starting again? But why is it at the start of Lent, we hear images of Jesus in a similar situation as the garden? And we hear this message of God starting again in Jesus. What if Lent is supposed to be a reset? A reset. A reset because things aren't going well. And so I'm going to push the reset button and start again. What if Lent is a sign for us to reset? What do we need to reset? Let's go into the practice of images again. Before infant baptism, there was adult baptism. Let me give you some images of adult baptism. The person to be baptized, you didn't just pour water over his or her head. In adult baptism, before in the olden times, that person was dunked in water. That's the word baptism means. Baptism from baptizo, from dunk. Imagine these images. You are about to be baptized, you are surrounded by water, and then you go underwater because you are dunked, and then you're held there for a moment. There is a pause before you are brought up again. And when you're brought up again, supposedly that is a new life for you, a new start. Okay, water everywhere, then underwater, then brought up again out of the water, new life. What story in the Bible does that call to mind? The flood, Noah and the ark. Why? Why are we reminded of that? What if that is a part of the reset? God starting again because things weren't going so well. Now don't think that the flood was a simple punishment. No, I don't think so. The flood was a reset, restarting again. And then look, imagine yourself on that boat, floating for quite a long time. You need that for the reset. Adrift on uncertainty. The pause is important for you to evaluate things, for you to rethink things. The reset needs time for pause and evaluation. At the end of Lent, you will renew your baptismal promises. And maybe this Lent can be that pause before the reset. The pause that is needed for you to reevaluate things. Now, a reset isn't just going back to zero. No, I think a reset is also a time to change your mindsets. In our gospel today, Jesus says, repent and believe in the gospel. Let's go deeper into that word, repent. In Greek, the command is metanoite, coming from two Greek parts. Meta, beyond. Noite, nous, mind. You put the two together and what do you have? Beyond the mind. To repent is also to go beyond your present mind frame. To reset is to change your paradigm. To reset is to look at things differently. Repent. Go beyond how you usually think about things. Maybe that is another message for us this Lent. To go beyond how we have been viewing things. Let me give you some points that I think need to be challenged or rethought. To love yourself is important. But sorry, Whitney Houston, learning to love yourself is not the greatest love of all. Maybe one point we have to look at is, are we just loving ourselves? Are we just looking out for number one? Can there be a greater love than you just loving yourself? Here's another point for consideration. I must be understood. Can a better mindset be, first I must listen, then seek to be understood? Here's another point that needs rethinking. In this world, there are winners and there are losers. Somebody must always win, somebody must always lose. Can we rethink that and say, how can it be that we all win? Repent. Change paradigms. Go beyond your present way of thinking. Go beyond the mind. This is the sign for you to reset. So let me give you your homework. Today, do something the techies also advise. Completely reset your phone. Turn it off completely. And as you see it shutting down, ask for the grace to be able to reset. Don't turn on your phone right away. Wait for a bit because tech advisors also say that. Wait for a bit to completely flush out the memory. Pause. Reevaluate. And then, when you turn on your phone again, hopefully, you will have more space to see things, more space for new apps, new mindsets. How can Lent be a reset and a repent for you?